What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean P. the Blunt Guy. Aye! And we are back with another reaction stream. And y'all know how I do on Mondays. I like to, especially the Monday after the official chapter drop. I like to get the temperature of the One Piece community, right? So today we will be reacting to Luffy's One Punch to Rule Them All, One Piece 1047 Analysts and Theories by YouTuber Randy Troy. And if y'all know me, I think I've done a few Randy Troy videos. He's a good content creator that I really enjoy watching. I like his humor, it's like real calm and subtle. It's like dry, but it's good though. Dry in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna check out Randy Troy, his take on chapter 1047, and yeah. So but before we get into that, first, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe. And also hit that bell for notification. I don't know if people have been getting notified on my streams lately. I don't know. So, make sure you hit that bell so you will get notified, Cuz I don't know if, YouTube is showing my subscribers these streams, but so please y'all hit that notification bell. Make sure y'all have it hit if you don't already, so you know when I go live, right? Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you're looking for a One Piece community to be a part of, we have the Discord and the Facebook group. But yeah, okay. So chapter 1047. Great chapter. Great chapter. It wasn't as hype as the three chapters before it, right? Like everything from when we got the sun god Nika name drop of the actual devil fruit, right? And then we actually we get the reveal and see everything it could do from that, from that point to what was it, 1046, when hey, I'm trying to recall what big thing happened 146, but it was just a lot of epicness, right? And this last chapter, it was dope too. It had some great moments as well. I really enjoyed it. For one reason why I enjoyed it is because despite the previous chapters before it, they kind of portrayed as Luffy kind of having the fight between himself and Kaido under control, right? Like he was just kind of playing with Kaido, right? Like he was just doing like kind of molding Kaido's body, playing jump rope with it, all that, just all types of stuff with Kaido, right? In this chapter, we get Kaido actually showing that no, he's not like this ain't gonna be a cakewalk. This new transformation isn't gonna be a cakewalk for him. We got we got Angel's Room in the building with the shout out to Angel's Room. Hey man, hey, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping through. You said I don't know what kind of mindset I was yesterday, but I forgot about the statement I made about Luffy. You mean about him not being a hockey master? I don't. I mean, we've said a lot, right? Like we kind of went back and forth on a few issues. I think one of the issues that we really talked about was like Luffy being a hockey master. Yeah, I think that might be what you're talking about, but I'm not too sure. Um, you said I'm saying I take it back. Why? Why are you taking it back? I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying. I'm just curious why you take it back. I mean, you made a good point. So I don't know why you're taking it back. Like I think you made a good point. You know, I went looked at the definition or whatever, and I kind of had to concede a little bit on my argument, and you know, you made a good point. So I don't think it's something worth taking back. You know, but you know, you're more than welcome to do that as well. You know, but yeah, so yeah, man, this chapter, man, it was nice to see Kaido really take back control of the fight, right? Or show that he still has a good amount of fight in him and he's not just gonna be walked all over because this new transformation. Like and I love when Oda does that, right? Because when we look at a lot of shonen patterns, like I don't know, go from Super Saiyan, starting from Super Saiyan Goku, you know, like the introduction of Super Saiyan Goku onward, like throughout Shonen. A lot of time we get the villain, you know, is usually overpowered, and then the hero gets this new power up, and now that hero is just so powerful where it's just he toys with the villain and pretty much defeats the villain much easier, unless something happens to where like the hero gets distracted, and because of that distraction, he gets like injured or something to where he's kind of nerfed a little bit. Like, you know, they usually put something in there to where if they want to continue this fight with this hero's new ability or new power up, they have to somehow nerf the hero's new power up in order to give the villain a chance to somewhat stay in the fight, right? But even then, the hero usually kind of overpowers the villain. In this case, it's kind of like Katakuri, right? Where Luffy got the gear, uh, the Gear 4 Snake Man transformation, where he showcases that, and even after going Snake Man, he still didn't dog walk through Katakuri. You know, Katakuri still pretty much put up a very tough fight even afterward. And same, you know, I see it. We're kind of getting the same with Kaido. Like, yes, we get this new power up, but Kaido even says, "Look, you know, yeah, these devil fruit powers are cool, but they're not the end all be all, right? You can't conquer the world, or you can't conquer." Yeah, he says something about you can't conquer the world, I think, on devil fruit powers alone. It's hockey is what transcends. That's what he says. Angel said, but what I'm saying is still speculation. We don't know if there's more to hockey, and Luffy seems to have mastered everything we know. Yeah, last chapter made me have faith in future fight in One Piece. You say, yeah, last chapter made me have faith in. Yeah, it did, and I like that. I like that because this whole time I've been going on about how I think there needs to be checks and balances with this new power up, because it was seeming like it was just a little too OP for OP, right? And I'm like, if he just goes through Kaido so easily, then what makes Eam and Blackbeard that much of a bigger threat? You know, like, but I think what we're seeing is even with this power up, it's not a end all be all. You know, you still need hockey master. You know, you could still overcome with hockey and everything. So I really do enjoy that about the last chapter. It really kind of did ground Luffy's this new gear. It kind of grounded it to where it says it's not making it too overpowered to where he could just dog walk anybody here on out, right? And I like that. I enjoy that. And yeah, back to like Angel, what you said about like Luffy being the hockey master. Yeah, and that's all I kind of was saying. Like, as far as we know, he's a hockey master. You know, he knows to. And all I was saying is when you look at like the average people, you know, the average fighter, even on the higher spectrum of fighters, the higher tiers of fighters, like the Katakuris, the commanders, and admirals and stuff. Like, we haven't seen anybody pull anything with hockey that Luffy hasn't done. You know what I'm saying? And these are like high tier fighters. These are guys who are great fighters. Now I'm not saying there's nothing more that he can't learn from it. Like there might be some more stuff about hockey we don't know. You know what I mean? But if you look at the average fighter in One Piece, and I'm talking about capable fighter, I would say Luffy knows everything about hockey that they do. And that's all I was saying. But okay. Yeah, anyway, let's get into the video. I kind of prolonged it enough. I think this reaction might talk a lot about that last panel we get, though, where Luffy has that big fist, that giant fist. Let me ask you guys something. Is that fist bigger than the fist in that when we first see Gear 3? Yeah, I would probably say so. I would probably say so. I would probably say so. I don't know. But let's get into this. The link to this video will be in the description box below, so y'all make sure y'all go show Randy Troy some love.
What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's about to be that time. About to be that time. That time.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, son.
Today, I'm talking about hockey. Yeah, I'm gonna do that hockey. Yes, I am.
Whoa. that ain't real. That is not real. Cause hey, they had to be edited, but the edit, like editing Stephen A. Smith saying that, bruh. I mean, whoever edited that was good, cause
today I'm talking about hockey. Yeah, I'm gonna do that hockey. Yes, I am.
Bruh, that's a good edit. That is a good edit. Angel's Room said, fun fact, Luffy's fist would destroy Elad's territory from last chapter. Elad's Elad's territory. Who's Elad's? In AOT, Attack on Titan. Oh, is it the Oh, okay. You're saying. Oh, I thought you was talking about what? I didn't know you was talking about Attack. I'm like, Elads. Who's he? I'm thinking One Piece, man. I'm like, who's Elads? We never got no character named Elads, man. So you saying that fist is big enough to destroy? I mean, it could, especially with the Force. Are you talking about like the whole kingdom or just like the region within the kingdom? Like, are you talking about the whole territory behind all the walls, or are you just talking about like his specific area within the walls? The whole kingdom. Damn. Well, that had to be a big fist right there. That had to be a big.
And we're
fist.
back. One Piece 1047 is out. All right, and this is the end, people. I can feel it. We are setting things up to knock it all down. And what a knockdown this will be. A lot of people during the stream were bringing up Oda's message from a few years ago where he said it would be kind of boring, paraphrasing, if Luffy beats Kaido with just another punch, right? Well, a lot of people were saying that this was boring, that this was just another punch. Well, let me assure you that this is not just another punch, okay? This is...
Is people really saying it was boring? I haven't really heard nobody say that. Angel's Room says Sunny is already bigger than the walls. Is it? Man, I don't believe that. Sunny is bigger than the walls in the Kingdom Walls and Attack on Titan. What? I don't believe that. I don't know if I could believe that now. Come on now. He said, and Sunny compared to everything in Onigashima is very small. Man, I gotta see some comparisons where you getting this from, man. Like I don't believe it. Like I gotta see some comparisons. I gotta see some pictures or some measurements or something, you know. Cause Sunny, I don't recall Sunny ever being that big. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Sunny is, you know, Sunny don't even seem like it's that big of a ship compared to like some others that we've seen, like Whitebeard ship, right? Like I wouldn't even. I don't even know if I would say Whitebeard ship is as big as the walls. The walls. I'm gonna have to see that, man. I'm gonna have to see that later sometime after this video. But that, I don't know. I had to see that. You said it's 50 meters, Sunny. Yeah, because I don't think you need one of them. What are them things that they use in AOT? The 3D. I can't remember what they call them. Like you need those to be zipping around the wall and within the city, and like I don't feel as though you would need that in order to zip on the Sunny. You know. I don't know. I have to look.
Is a giant punch, which of course we've seen that before, right? Enies Lobby. Luffy knocked Lucci outside of the tower with a giant punch, right? But this is a giant punch the size of Onigashima. Infused with haki. Conqueror's haki. Armament haki. Potentially lightning. Cloud energy.
Cloud
Gear
energy.
fifth. There's a lot of stuff going on here.
What is he talk? What is Randy talking about? Cloud energy. Like he got some Skypean tech in his fists. But dang man, I mean it is a big fist, man. It is a big fist. I don't know if it's as big as the whole kingdom of freaking AOT, man. That's a heck of a statement right there, man. That's a heck of a statement you making. By walls, I mean top to bottom, not the entire kingdom. No, I get that, but I don't think the Sunny is as big as the walls, as tall as the walls. You know, I don't, cause them some big walls, man. Them some big walls. I don't know.
If he decides that he wants to throw Red Hawk on there, a gigantic flaming haki conqueror's fist, that's more than just another strong punch, right? It would be the strongest punch. And this is quite a display of just haki in general, right? Which is what Kaido talks about.
And look who's talking about hockey!
Drops a bomb on us. Roger did not have a devil fruit. He made it through the...
Bruh. Stephen A. Smith, man, with the little clip he keep playing, keep talking about hockey. I wouldn't, man, that had to be edited. It had to be edited.
The world just off of his hockey alone. Now, we had suspected this as a community, but we never got it confirmed. It was never shown to us whether Roger did or did not have a fruit. Well, we know now. He did not. So Kaido says, abilities don't matter, basically. How strong is your hockey? And Luffy was like, I got you.
I don't know a damn thing about hockey. Let me be clear.
Grabs a hold of Kaido.
Man, Angel's Room said he says search it, man. Sunny 56 meters in the AOT walls 50 meters. Stephen A. Smith saying hockey, not hockey. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense, man. I'm tripping. I just never really see him talk about hockey, so I don't be thinking hockey's not like a sport that I'll be thinking of that be on my mind. So sometimes I'll be forgetting about it. So it makes sense though. It does make sense. It's a good clip though. It's a good clip to take because it actually makes him sound like he's talking about like One Piece hockey.
He throws his arm into the sky and he takes a ton of damage. He's taking it all on because he's creating this fist. He probably could have dodged those wind slashes, but he chose not to because he is creating the biggest fist we have ever seen.
Ain't bad, y'all.
Bro, this is like the this is like the spirit bomb of this is like Luffy's version of the spirit bomb right now, where he's just gathering all the hopes and the dreams of all the people of Wano. You know, they're just kind of tossing up their energy and their hopes and all that good stuff to Luffy, and Luffy's fist is just gathering it all in, shining it up real nice, turning it sideways. And y'all know if y'all know anything about The Rock, the people's champ, The Rock or Dwayne The Rock Johnson back in his WWF days. This was before it was WWE. This was WWF. Back when he was the people's champion. Before he, look up at his hand and then smack you with it. That's what Luffy doing right now. He's like, all right, I got you, Kaido. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Ain't bad for somebody who doesn't know hockey.
And he tells Momonosuke that he's basically ending this now. That he needs Momonosuke's help. That Momo has to move Onigashima out of the way. All right? And if you look in that little panel at the end, you can see Luffy. You can see Kaido as a dragon. You can see the giant fist. But then there is Luffy holding onto Kaido as this fist is about to come down. So let's talk about all the implications of this and more.
Before it gets into that, though, I guess I could kind of see maybe it could destroy like the AOT kingdom, maybe, because when you look at the size of Kaido, especially in his dragon form, he's pretty big, right? Like he could possibly be in his dragon form, he could possibly be as big, or he could probably cover the same amount of area as the kingdom of that kingdom in AOT that you talked about. I forget the name of it. What's it called? Elitas. Or I think he will cover like a good portion of it at the very least. So and seeing how this fist is enough to do some damage to Kaido, maybe it could do damage to that whole kingdom, right? It'd be like a meteor, right? Especially if Luffy comes with it, like the right amount of force. Like I don't know if it's big as the whole kingdom, but with the right amount of force, he could do like have like the impact of a meteor, right? Which could pretty much destroy that. Like it could probably vaporize that kingdom, And it's not. It wouldn't be the first time because now that I think about it, Luffy was able to punch through a good portion of Dressrosa, and this wasn't like the current Luffy. The what is it? The Gear 5th Nika version of Luffy either was able to pretty much punch through Dressrosa. So, you look at that and then you look at like how souped up this Luffy is at the moment, right? Yeah, he could probably do damage to like a kingdom the size of that won in AOT that they're right behind the walls and but yeah, another thing I wanted to ask you guys: do you guys believe that Kaido is going to be finished after taking this attack? Do you think Kaido will be finished? Is this the fight coming to an end, or do you believe that Kaido has more to him? Because me personally, I think Kaido, right, kind of like what me and Angel talked about yesterday during the reaction stream. Kaido started talking about hockey, right? He started talking about how hockey transcends and it's not all about devil fruit abilities or powers or whatever. And it's like, why would Kaido of all people talk about hockey like it's this, it's way better than devil fruits, when we literally only see Kaido use his devil fruit abilities. Like, we haven't seen Kaido like really utilize hockey during this fight. Like, I assume he used like Conqueror's hockey in like the clash with Big Mom, the clash with Luffy at one point. But we haven't seen them use armament hockey. Now, I don't know if he's used observation hockey. He does, a lot of times he's usually tanking attacks or he's not really moving often. So it really, if he's using it, he's not showcasing that he's using it because he's just tanking these attacks. So, and I mean, there was a few times where Kaido kind of like, I think when, well, I don't know. Y'all tell me, has Kaido been dodging any attacks, or has he just been have he just been tanking all these attacks? But yeah, let me know. Do y'all think that this is going to be the end of Kaido? Is Luffy about to put Kaido down with this punch? Cause I don't know. I don't think so. I feel as though we still gotta see like an armament hockey Kaido. Like, just imagine Kaido, all like his whole body just armament hockeyed out, kind of like Pika or Virgo, but Kaido though. You know what I'm saying? Kaido all blacked out. Angel's Room said he used Future Sight a few times. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but he hasn't been, he hasn't seemed like he's been using hockey that often. That's what I'm saying. Has he used it? Has he used hockey? Yes. I think he used Conqueror's hockey. And I feel as though there was a few instances where he showcased that he could use observation hockey as well. Like, I think when he was kind of acting like Luffy, he was like, oh, you're rubber. I can do this, do that too, or whatever. And he was just kind of showcasing like, look, I could, everything you could do, I could do. But other than that, I don't think he's been like actively dodging attacks. Even if he has been using Future Sight, I think for the most part, he's just been letting Luffy punch him. So like he doesn't use, like, he hasn't been using hockey that often is what I'm saying. And we still gotta see Kaido really go all out with hockey, and I think that's one reason why he may not be defeated. Like, he might low key block this punch with armament hockey. Like, this might force him to use armament hockey in order to not take like the damage. And he would probably also use Future Sight as well, because he'll probably see that this punch is about to do some damage. So, he therefore coats himself in armament hockey, or maybe his club, and then he just blocks it, right? Angel's Room said, yeah, I agree. Cool. Let's continue. One Punch Man.
This is all about Momonosuke. And we will see that when we eventually get 1048, which I believe will be heavily Momonosuke-centric. All right? We started with a little Momo, flashback, right? This is the amp up because we need Momonosuke to gather his wits and everything. Now, there's a community theory out there that once the lanterns, come up from the citizens from below, that'll give Momonosuke that extra push. It's very possible, right? Momonosuke moves Onigashima out of the way, the lanterns come up, and Luffy knocks Kaido down to the ground, potentially all the way through Wano, right down below. Who knows where he goes? Maybe he crashes into where the town square is so that they can all see that, one of their captors, because obviously it's Kaido and Orochi, right? We'll get into Orochi later, but they need to see that Kaido is gone so that they continue to party on, right? Because they're saying once the sun comes out, they'll still be slaves, right? Well, the sun's going to come out, and they're going to be able to see Luffy in the sky, the sun god, the liberator, right? Freeing them.
Great point. I like that. I don't know if this punch is going to be what puts Kaido out. I still think we got to see more from Kaido as far as him actually using Haki in the middle of a battle, especially after him saying, Haki transcends. Like he said that and he hasn't been using it. So it's like, why would you say something like that and you don't even, and all you've been doing is using your devil fruit ability. So I think there might still be some fight in him. Maybe, like I said, maybe Kaido blocks it with armament Haki. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's going to, I don't know if this punch is going to put him out for sure, but I can still see the fight ending with Luffy. Kind of like how he said with Luffy, the people see Luffy in the sun or whatever, even though I don't know how they would see that because it's like it might be the moon, because like they might see his silhouette in the moon, kind of like we see all the other sun gods silhouettes. Because in the sun, I could picture the sun blinding people. Like people wouldn't see him because you can't look at the sun, right? So it's too bright to see somebody. So I mean, in theory though, it does sound like a dope way to end the arc or the fight, right? Is with Luffy's silhouette in the sun, and I just don't see that as realistic because looking in the sun could cause a little blindness. Angel's Room said, I don't know, but by the way, I don't know about you, but the way this dude talks make me feel like I'm listening to a therapist. Yeah, he kind of got like a real chill, calm demeanor, but I kind of like that about him because he has like these real dry jokes, and I don't want to be talking bad about him because I like his jokes personally. I like his jokes. I like how he uses kind of that dryness to tell his jokes. It's just it works. It works. But I get what you're saying. He got a real soothing, like he has a real soothing voice, kind of makes you want to just tell him everything, about your life, how you're doing at the moment. What do you enjoy? What don't you enjoy? What are you going through in your life that you believe that you can't fix? Because I'm here for you. Like he got a real calm, soothing. But he says, call back Sky P with Luffy ringing the bell, LOL, and everyone knowing he won. I like it. But I'm saying I believe that if they see it during the night, then they can actually see his silhouette with the moonlight, kind of like we've seen all the other Nika silhouettes. Because if it's in during the day in the sun, I mean, I guess if it's like during sunrise, possibly like during sunrise, you see the silhouette when it's not as bright. Yeah,
Maybe temporarily. Maybe permanently. We'll see. But just as Vivi was the one to essentially stop the bomb, well, really Pell, but, you know, she took out the two numbered agents, Mr. Seven and Miss Father's Day, that were blocking the bomb, right? You had Shirahoshi, who was, you know, pretty much responsible for saving all of Fishman Island by controlling the Sea Kings, right? In tandem with Luffy taking out the main villain. Now, once again, will we have the princess of this arc, Momonosuke, right? He's going to move Onigashima out of the way.
man, don't be disrespecting my dog Momonosuke like that, man. Momonosuke the truth. You know, the princess should be Hiyori. But Momonosuke kind of is though. I can't argue the logic. When we look at like every arc, they usually have like a princess, like every major arc, right? They usually have a princess that needs Luffy to help liberate her country. And even if it's not necessarily a princess, you got Nami, who kind of played the princess back in Arlong Park. And then you had Robin at one point, who, you know, hell, even Sanji. You could even say Sanji, I guess. So Momonosuke is in good company. Hey, man, but y'all Zoro fans, y'all better hope there ain't no arc where Zoro's the princess or something. Where Zoro's the one that needs saved or helped. Angel said Sanji was the prince for Whole Cake Island. Nah, he was the princess, man. He was the You said, saw a video on how Naruto's blonde hair represents the sun and Pain orange hair represents the sunrise. Was pretty interesting. That's an interesting interesting thought though. Like interesting take, right? Cause why is the Pain's hair all orange? Cause never mind. I'll take that back. Cause I was thinking Nagato, who was the Pain, his hair was red, so I'm thinking their hair should have been red. But I remember Yohito, the one who was the main Pain, you know, Yohito was his name. His body though, his hair was orange, and so I'm assuming all those other Pains, their hair was orange as well. So they just happened to get a bunch of characters with orange hair,
allowing Luffy to take down Kaido.
It's like Nagato was like, nah, bro, I need a bunch of orange heads to complete my Pain collection. Cause, you know, I like to do this in style. You know, I like to let people feel this pain in the highest of fashions, in style, you know.
This is, by all intents and purposes, the way that Oda has structured things in the past, right? And it would be great to get a curveball, but I don't know if we're gonna get one. This is the final blow. What else is Luffy going to do? His moveset is just based around all of this. He can stretch, he can bounce, he can grow into a giant, he can inflate himself, he can... This is what he's going to do. He can't create things. It's not going to be anything wackier than this. And by the way, this is already ridiculous. A fun thought that was brought up by Colt Zero over on the Discord was, what if Luffy knocks Kaido into the water, right? And because he has the fish fruit, his awakening allows him to swim. Luffy, rubberizing the ground, he should be able to rubberize the water, like Kuzan can freeze the water. So what if we get a sort of water battle between these two? Now,
bro, that would low-key be scary. Like, I've actually never thought of that, right? Luffy rubberizing the water in order to avoid being thrown in the water, he could just rubberize it. Bro, that's scary right there. That would be scary because that means that whole water weakness wouldn't mean nothing to Luffy at this point. He could literally just fight on top of the water, just bouncing on the water like a bounce house. Man. But I think even if you get like the fish fruit, like would it cancel out the weakness? I don't think it would. Like, I don't think just because you have a fish specific devil fruit that, and I'm talking about Kaido, right? Just because you have a fish specific devil fruit, I don't think that like what's the word? It prevents you, or it keeps you away from the curse of not being able to swim. You know, I don't think that saves you. You know, Angel Room said no one of them was a blonde before their deaths in Jiraiya's flashback. Oh, okay. I don't remember. You said the Kuzan Luffy thing is a bad comparison. I think he'll just be able to breathe underwater. Well, that's if he got like gills, you know, because I don't know if dragons ever been known to breathe underwater. But I mean, I guess there's water dragons. You know, like there's usually dragons with in some media you'll have dragons with different elements. You might have a water dragon, a thunder dragon, you know, whatever. So, I mean, I don't know. Do all dragons have gills or I mean, I guess because it is the fish fruit, right? It's not a dragon fruit. It's a fish fruit model dragon. So maybe the fact it is a fish devil fruit, maybe he can breathe underwater. I guess. As far as the Kuzan and Luffy comparison, I don't know. I don't think that's a bad comparison. Because if Luffy could literally turn anything into rubber, I don't see why he couldn't do with water. Like, as long as his body isn't emerged before turning the water into rubber. You know what I'm saying? Like Aokiji, when he turned the water into ice, or when he froze that portion of the sea, he put like just a small bit of his hand on the water and then froze it, right? Now, if let's say Aokiji was actually in the ocean and he tried to do that, it probably wouldn't work because his body's like, if his body's submerged in the water and he tries to do that, I don't think it'll work. And with Luffy, I think kind of the same type of principle. If he could rubberize the water before if he could rubberize the water before falling in it, you know, I don't see why he couldn't, right? And that's if he can indeed rubberize anything. Now, I also do understand that Aokiji's devil fruit is ice, and ice and water are very closely related. So maybe, you know, for his specific devil fruit, it's a lot easier to affect water because, you know, you're just kind of changing the state of the water. But I think I don't see why Luffy couldn't do it, right? You know, because if you're just saying water shouldn't or can't be affected to devil fruit power abilities, then you would have to say that will be the same for Aokiji, but it's obviously not. Now the question is it not the same for Aokiji because he is ice specifically, and ice and water, like I said? I don't know. Did you know that Aokiji has one of the most confusing devil fruits? Why is it confusing? You said that like a fun fact. I don't. What you mean it's confusing? You said Aokiji has a devil fruit that manipulate the temperature. I think he only manipulates at one, like in one direction though. Like he can only like drop the temperature or something. Yeah, but let's continue. And I don't think that's that confusing because that's kind of like if you're familiar with X-Men, there's a character on X-Men called Iceman, right? Very OP power, very OP character. Like this man is super OP, and he's kind of like Aokiji, where he could like turn his body into ice, but his main ability is something kinesis, like thermokinesis, where he manipulates temperature, and he could I guess he could turn the ice and manipulate his. I mean, that's just one of them fiction type things. So yeah, he could change the weather, and he can also like regenerate from, like, if let's say you destroy his body, he could regenerate from water, from like he could regenerate from like the nearest source of water or some shit, something like that. So he's kind of like invincible to a degree, or immortal to a degree, because he can come back. His conscience could be trans. I don't want to get into that. That's X-Men and all that stuff. Y'all could look it up though. Iceman from X-Men. Dude's powerful. Angel says so he can make it cold enough for the water to freeze. Some people think Aokiji devil fruit is more of making things colder devil fruit than making ice. Some people think Aokiji devil fruit is more of making things colder. I'm confused with. I mean, that's what he's doing though, right? He's reducing the temperature of things. And when you think of it, most stuff is like made of water. So he could turn things into ice by, freezing the ice within you. Let's continue.
That got me thinking, to build on that. What if that's the way that we incorporate the world government ships? Instead of annexing Wano, they get involved in Kaido and Luffy's fight, right? Now, I've talked about in the past that I want Luffy to get captured and become the ace of a, Marineford inversion, right? So what if this is the way that both Kaido and Luffy actually get captured and there isn't a winner to this fight at all? Previous streams and previous videos, I had suggested...
Bro, I've said stuff like that as far as this battle, like there not being a real winner. Maybe, I've offered different situations, I guess, right? Different hypotheticals, things like Big Mom betraying Kaido, or Kaido retreating because, he sees that he's about to lose Wano anyway, and maybe he still wants to go start a war like he's constantly said, right? We know that's like one of the things he's been wanting to do, right? To start the biggest war the world's ever seen. That's specifically something Kaido said. And I always thought, if he gets defeated, he'll never be able to start that war. Now that will kind of go along with being defeated, right? You never achieving such plans, but I feel as though it's just kind of like it should happen, because we already know that there's going to be a big war in One Piece, and Kaido wants to start a big war. So if there's already a guy whose goal is congruent with the direction of the story, why not make it to where he doesn't get defeated in this arc? You could still say he loses. Like, let's say if he ends up retreating, you could still say he loses and he gives up Wano. So then there's that victory that, okay, Wano is free now. Cool. I get that. I get that Wano needs liberated. But you can make it to where Kaido decides to retreat because, he doesn't want to be put down there or whatever. I don't know. And him and Luffy could finish their fight during this war. You know, but kind of like what he's saying, it could be like they both get captured type situation. I wouldn't be mad at it if it keeps Kaido in the story. I low key just want to see Kaido stay in the story a little longer, like at least until this big war. Why? Maybe it's kind of like the fan hyping me in seeing a major war where we see all the Yonko standing across from each other, right? You get Kaido, you got Big Mom, her people, Shanks. Maybe Blackbeard won't be there. You know what I mean? Because Blackbeard might be like, I'm gonna stay away from that because I got my own dreams, right? Maybe he's there. Like maybe he comes at the end and does what he did, kind of like with Whitebeard, right? He comes to swoop in, take somebody's devil fruit. That's Blackbeard. Yeah, like I could see something like that happening. But I want to see a moment where we get all the Yonko in one place, and then we have Monkey D. Luffy who shows up as he shows up in a way where it's like, look, I'm your equal. Like like in a way where he's equal to Kaido and Big Mom and Shanks, and then that could be the same situation where we get Blackbeard get defeated, or Blackbeard could kill Shanks before that meeting between Blackbeard and Luffy, right? Like maybe Blackbeard comes, kill Shanks, kill Kaido, takes Kaido's devil fruit, and there. Maybe the world government will also be there as well. I don't know. It could be like a pirate, like a every like different groups, just like a big free for all. A big old free for all. Angel's Room said, if Luffy was to be captured by a crew, I would expect it to be the Blackbeard pirates who capture him, and not for his devil fruit, but for Dragon's attention. I don't know. If anybody gets captured by Blackbeard, I would think it would be like Robin. I think Robin would get captured by Blackbeard because I would see Blackbeard needing Robin in order for him to find Lafto. What better way than to get Robin, who probably has a lot of this information already in her head, something like that. And I would low key want to see a discussion, a conversation between Robin and Blackbeard, because they're both kind of similar in how they're like. They're like, I think Oda said Blackbeard would be an archaeologist if he wasn't a pirate, and Robin is like a archaeologist as well. Maybe more of a historian, but I think she's like an archaeologist too. I think that's what she's considered. So you got two characters that's similar, right? Where they, they try to go find like knowledge. They're very big on knowledge or whatever. It could prove for some interesting things, right? It could prove for some interesting things, especially if we come to find out that Blackbeard has multiple souls living with him, and one of them being Rox D. Zebek. And if we have a conversation with Rox D. Zebek through Blackbeard talking to Robin, bruh, I'm just saying. Angel's Room said, I wouldn't be surprised if Blackbeard already can read the poneglyphs or has someone in his crew who can. I actually thought about that as well. Like, what if Blackbeard can read poneglyphs? And I don't think that's a stretch to say, honestly. I don't think that's a big of a reach. Because like I even said, right? Like I just said, Blackbeard is similar to Robin in some ways, right? In some ways, so it wouldn't be a stretch to say he can also, like, he's the only other person that can read poneglyphs. I don't think it'd be stretch. Like he hasn't actively said anything about capturing Robin. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's ever said anything about capturing Robin. So I don't know, man. Maybe he doesn't need Robin. Maybe he doesn't need Robin. You know. Let's continue.
That Kaido and Orochi may be taken down at the same time, maybe even in the same spread or back to back, or that Orochi would be the villain that they have to deal with after Kaido. You know, that he actually, you know, he continues on for a little bit afterwards. Whether that happens,
I can see that.
You know, who knows? But it seems like Oda is...
Yeah, I can see Orochi having like some ace in his sleeve to try to, like right after Kaido's dealt with, Orochi tries to do something to kill everybody, and you know, and Luffy would be too weak to do anything, so somebody else is going to have to step up. But most everybody else would probably be weak as well, you know. So, you know, it might have to be like Momonosuke or Hiyori might have to, or Denjiro might have to come back and stop him. I don't know. Angel's Room said, especially since some of 10 Titanic commanders had their names erased from history. One of them could have been part of Ohara group, but were kicked out for unexplained reasons. Yeah, you know, that's possible. I don't know. I can't talk too much on it because, you know, let's speculate. You know, it's just like what we do, speculation. It could be possible. I don't think there's enough I guess evidence, to really try to speculate on that, but it is possible. It is possible.
Is still giving Orochi a purpose. I wanted the last time that he went down to be it. It was poetic. He created Kanjuro. Kanjuro, you know, created all of this fire, which was essentially Orochi's idea, which if you go back to the flashback, you know, at the beginning of this chapter, is highlighted because the fire to the samurai is not an honorable way to die, right? It's a coward's way out. So having Orochi then die by burning, right, who is a coward, right, just brings it all full circle. He created Kanjuro, Kanjuro defeats him, but Hiyori, you know, as a member of the Kosuke clan, is also partially responsible for that. Loved it. Now, I've always wanted Hiyori to come out and be a secret samurai, find a sword somewhere, get thrown a sword. I don't know if we're going to get that anymore just by the way that everything is, but man, will I be happy if we do get that. Now, there's this guy that was in the story that isn't... I don't know. Man. I don't know. He had blue hair. He was kind of important in the story, but who knows where he's been for dozens of chapters.
Right.
Denjiro might show up, right? But that's also kind of weak, right? If Denjiro was away all of this time just to be conveniently placed into the moment when he can be able to save Hiyori, not strong enough. Denjiro needs to be doing something of more of a higher importance to me. Now, if he does show up and then throws his sword to Hiyori and Hiyori finishes him off, okay, I can get with that.
Yeah, like I'm torn. I'm kind of torn with this whole situation because deep inside, I feel as though Hiyori needs, you know, even Momonosuke. But I think you know, Momo kind of got he got other stuff to really deal with right now. So it's kind of, to me, I think Hiyori's probably the better option, especially because she had to deal with Orochi for so long. You know, she had to smile in his face and play like she wasn't really Odin's daughter. You know, she had to pretty much play nice for almost 20-something years, right? I always think it would be the most poetic if Hiyori is the one to kill Orochi. If she's the one to end Orochi. I like that one, right? But again, somebody also made a point to me which made a lot of sense. So and I agree with the point, even though like my bias is like I want Hiyori to get the revenge, but it's like logically I do agree with that point, and it's like, yeah, that's right. And they said that Oda kind of has his tendencies to keep the let's say the damsel of distress of the arc, the princess, right? The Vivis or the Shirahoshis or the Rebecca's. Like, even though the person, the bad guy did them so dirty, Oda has a tendency to keep their hands clean from any type of violence, especially like killing the person. So, and that's been true. So it will kind of be out of character for Oda to have Hiyori actually kill Oden or Orochi. Now maybe she could do something to actually like stop him, but if she kills Orochi, that might be out of character for Oda, you know, of how he writes. But I personally, I wouldn't be mad, and I think that it would be justifiable to have Hiyori be the one to put down Orochi. But yeah, so if Oda doesn't have Hiyori do it, I think Denjiro is probably going to be the most likely of candidates. You know, I also thought Kinemon could have done it as well, like Kinemon or Kinemon most likely, because he because like Orochi betrayed Oden, so I would have thought, and I don't think Kinemon was going to kill Kaido, so I would have thought, hey, if Kinemon could at least get Orochi possibly. But yeah.
But if Denjiro is the one to land the final blow, no. It was suggested in the stream that Frankie and Zoro get lost and they show up and interfere with this, right? And then a packed up Zoro is able to do something.
Oh yeah, Zoro. Zoro is another character I think that would be justifiable in killing Orochi. I don't think he's in condition to do so at the moment, but because when we look at Orochi, when we look at Zoro seemed like he had a real personal vendetta against Orochi. Probably even more so than Kaido. Like, he wanted to cut up Kaido because what Kaido was doing to the country. But like, when we look at Zoro, he had like he grew a bond with Yasui, and then then Orochi pretty much dishonorably just kills someone such as Yasui, who, you know, Zoro took a liking to, and Zoro also kind of became close with Hiyori, who also despises Orochi. So I think, like, look, it could have been like Luffy took down like Luffy takes down Kaido, Zoro takes down Orochi, and of course Zoro takes down King as well, but Orochi kind of as a, you know, as a personal matter, like where we got Luffy, he has a personal vendetta against Kaido. Zoro would have had a personal vendetta against Orochi, you know. Angel's Room says Zoro's going to wake up during the party. Oh, once he smells some alcohol, you know he going to be up. You know Zoro going to be up when he smells some alcohol, or after the climax. Yeah. I know if he's still out by the party, he's definitely going to wake up during the party. You know, somebody's going to pour some alcohol, he's going to be like, yep, I'm up.
Maybe, I mean, that would be cool, but Zoro is so sufficiently packed up, right? Like, Amazon Prime, taped all over, bubble wrapped, all of that. Like, my man is packed. So I don't see him doing anything. But no matter what, this is going to get wrapped up very soon. Okay? Dave Chappelle, wrap it up box. Get Orochi out of here. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here, man.
Done with him. All right? A big discussion during the stream was, is this anticlimactic if Luffy beats Kaido here? Right? And I kind of had to say, not really. Because this is what the last 10 years has been leading up to. From Punk Hazard, through Dressrosa, through Zoe, right? Elements of Whole Cake Island. All of it is culminated to this. The first 2 acts of Wano and now. There is a lot of build-up here, and then even going back to Chapter 1, there is a build-up here with Luffy and his power. Now, people are upset that Luffy's at his peak. I think that that's just us being used to this underdog story, now being told that our main character is essentially a god, right? Is jarring, right? But Luffy's always been important. He's always been the chosen one, and that's the story that we signed up for. Oda hid it from us and made us forget these elements, right? But I think one of
I think this chapter did a good job to show that yes, Luffy has this Sun God Nika power up gear, like especially Gear 5th, Devil Fruit Awakening and all that. But I think this chapter did a good job to say that it's still not the end all be all for Luffy. Like Luffy, though he got this new power up, it's not like he's just unstoppable all of a sudden, right? Because Kaido was beating him up pretty viciously. And I think what we need is at least another 2 chapters of a good close battle, right? Not where it's just one side toying with the other, like not like where we get a chapter, because I feel as though last few chapters it's been one-sided either way, right? Like the last 3 chapters before this last chapter, it was just mostly all Luffy for the most part, you know. Now, not to say Kaido was like just getting like, you know, he was tanking most of the stuff, but this chapter it was mostly Kaido, you know. And then at the end we see Luffy still got something waiting for Kaido, right? So I think if we just get another chapter where it's just 2 of them just brawling, you know, I think just give us 2 more chapters where they brawl before we just wrap this up and have Luffy, you know, hit, you know, get a good punching. But you know, we've seen though, when Luffy comes out with like a punch like this, it's usually about to be over. It's usually about to be over. Angel's Room said, I think Luffy and Zoro are not going to be 100% in the beginning of the next arc. That's possible. That's possible. I kind of disagree with that. And I also disagree with you saying I think the arc will end 1050 and 1051. Well, fight. Okay. The fight ends 10. I can see that possibly. I can agree with that. You know, I could see that because if Kaido tanks this, that just means we have like another 2-3 chapters of a good back and forth before they wrap it up. But yeah, okay, yeah, I agree with that. As far as them not being 100%, I don't know, because I think once this fight ends in Wano, I think they might actually stay in Wano for a little bit. They might rest. I could see maybe they explore Wano because they never really got a chance to explore Wano. Like they did, but it was always kind of like they kind of had to keep a low profile and hide and not be out in the open. So maybe this gives them an opportunity to really get to explore Wano without having to worry about hiding themselves. And maybe we'll get Zoro finding out more about maybe his past, maybe about Ryuma, maybe about the Shimosuke clan that he could be a part of as well. We might learn some secrets of Wano in the ancient kingdom and the Void Century. So yeah, I think by that time, like they'll probably be in Wano long enough to where they've probably healed, but maybe they won't be like completely 100% by next arc. I could see them possibly staying and healing though. I could see that, like them healing. And then you also gotta think about like from this island to the next island, that could be like the time from traveling could be a good time for them to heal. And then when they get to that island, you know, it's usually built up before all the stuff start happening. So I don't know. You said, nah, man, you know Luffy, he always leave after one good party. That's true, but even before the party, a lot of times it takes preparation. Like Sanji's gonna have to go get some food. He's gonna have to get ingredients. Wano doesn't have ingredients. So I guess they do because the Orochi's men, you know, Orochi and Kaido's people got all the food. But yeah, like even in this lobby they explored, you know? Like Zoro had to go babysit some kids and stuff. Zoro pretty much got adopted during in this lobby and had to take care of his brothers and sisters. And I could also see them sitting there saying, you know what, we gotta rest for a little bit, you know. I could also see kind of like at the end in this lobby when they was like staying in that little spot and they were resting for a little bit. And then they had that party as well. He said they only stayed because they were waiting for the Sunny to be built and that Zoro stuff was filler. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was filler, but I'm just saying I could the Sanji stuff was filler, but I'm pretty sure he still kind of got that salt though. Remember he got that salt from the roofs, the roof. Like all I'm saying though is I can see them staying long enough to where Zoro gets like he explores and maybe we'll get some exposition on Zoro, you know, and also Kaido flashback, right? Even though that might happen like in the middle of the fight, you know, like right when he's being defeated.
One of the issues with a lot of, you know, just One Piece now and just the state of the fandom is that we're so used to Oda pulling the rug out from underneath us. Case in point, this chapter with Orochi, right? Perfectly great death for Orochi. Pulled out from underneath us. 1030 was a big issue with Kiku and Kinemon, and even Kanjuro, right? Kanjuro had a great death. They came back for essentially nothing, right? Because now what gave Kanjuro purpose coming back, right? Kazembo is essentially doing nothing to Orochi now, but may still later. But the point is, you need to judge Wano when it is completed. You need to judge it from that lens, because going week by week, there may be some subtle disappointments that we just have to get over and eventually will. There's a lot of people that were upset with previous arcs in the past, but then once Oda got to the end and through time and then
Facts. And I always say that, you know, I always do that, you know, like I try not to judge the whole arc based off of the chapter, because, you know, like people will act like one chapter just ruins the whole arc, and I'm like, no, like I get like people didn't like the amnesia thing with Big Mom, and I'm still not a fan of the whole amnesia thing, but I get that it served a purpose, so I'm not like too angry about it, because at the end of the day it kind of served a purpose, you know. And you know, sometimes things can be lazy, but sometimes it's like you gotta go with the route that makes the most sense, even if it's kind of the route that may not be the most liked route. Sometimes it might make the most sense, you know. And if that's the case, that's what you gotta do. I mean, writing a story is hard, you know. Cause you gotta have people where you need them, you know, it's like you gotta have people where they need to be at all times, you know, and then you gotta move them in the way that makes sense to go where you need them to go, you know, and sometimes the way they move to the next destination, people might not like that, but it's like if they don't move it, then they can't then they can't do what they need to do, which ultimately the story, may not go the way you want it to go. Like you can't progress the story. Like it's like when characters get saved by other characters. It's like sometimes you're like, man, come on, enough with this plot armor, this plot device. But it's like if the main character dies, then there is no more story. What are you talking about? Like, I get it. I get plot armor and everything. And I do think sometimes Arthur's gotta, like, they can't just keep putting their character in certain situations to where they have to get saved at the end, because then it gets repetitive. Like, you got to be smart as well. Don't put your character in a specific situation if it takes an ass pull to get them out of that situation. Like, don't do that. Angel's Room said, as long as everyone can I walk, they'll probably leave the next day and say sad goodbye to Law. I don't know. I think they might stay for a little bit. Because they still got to find a poneglyph. They still got to find a poneglyph. And Luffy likes to explore, so he might want to explore like Wano before he goes. He never really got to explore, without seeing that, like most of his exploration was, helping people, so I don't know. I don't think they're going to leave a day later.
And, the way that he's shown that subtle things in the past actually meant something later on, people have gone back and said, wow, this is actually pretty good, right? Oh, this is great. This is amazing. Goda, right? He's Goda for a reason. So just trust in the man. He will clean all of this up if you're upset. So essentially what I expect for 1048 is a lot of Momo stuff, maybe even some more, flashback elements, like quick flashes showing, his resolve and him being able to produce a flame cloud. I think that Momo is going to produce his first flame cloud on command, and he's going to be able to move Onigashima out of the way. This has a timer on it. Luffy has to hit Kaido in the next chapter. If Oda drags it to 1049, that's going to be kind of crazy, but he's trying to do something big for 1050. So Oda is actually stretching things out right now. He's stretching it out to make sure that something happens in 1050. This chapter is a setup chapter. The pacing isn't the best, but it's still structured very well, right? Because it's creating this rally moment. The flashback from Momonosuke probably could have been truncated a little bit. We didn't get any new information from it, but it's still just there to hammer in everything that Momonosuke is going to go through in 1048 and beyond, right? Until this whole situation is over with. So that's what we're dealing with. Maybe the people will finally see Luffy, the sun god, as the skies open up and the sun is reflecting off of him. That would be a fun sight to see. I think we're going to get that. Now, beyond that,
Angel's Room said, yeah, but Luffy only like to explore dangerous places. But if they mention that mountain guy, he might explore. And the poneglyph is a good point. Yeah, they still gotta find that poneglyph, man. So I think Robin might want to explore, I think Luffy's, he wants to explore. Zoro, I think already he already kind of made a deal, I think, with Hiyori. Says, look, if I give Shishui back to Wano, can I go to Ryoma's grave? And I think that's going to be the moment we get for Zoro, as far as maybe learn more about some potential Zoro backstory, like when he goes to Ryuma's grave. Like, maybe there's going to be somebody at the grave who takes care of the graveyard, and they're familiar with who Ryuma is, and maybe there's Shimotsuki, right? Maybe Ryuma's at like a Shimotsuki clan grave cemetery, like a Shimotsuki cemetery, and then Zoro says, "Oh, you like the guy says, hey, you know, you look just like Ryuma or whatever." And then, you know, Zoro kind of talks about his past and it's like, "Oh, so you're that kid, you're such and such's kid," and yeah, blah blah blah. You know, like we get something like that. You know, I think that'd be dope.
That, what am I expecting for 1050 that is supposed to be this big thing? Well, I mean, Kaido could be one of the villains that starts having his flashback as he's cratering, you know, down into the ground, right? 1050 could be the reveal of rocks, right, in a flashback. Or if we're not getting that flashback right away, it could be when we find out who is on those government ships. Or, you know, had a thought during the stream, because it was asked to me, if I had to choose any faction to come to Wano right now, who would it be? And I said, Dragon. I've always wanted Dragon in the Revolutionary Army to play in Wano to tie up the loose ends from Dressrosa and this whole...
Nah, the only faction I want to see in Wano is Blackbeard. That's the only faction, because it to me is the faction that makes the most sense. Because I would think that if Gecko Moria is still alive and he's like under Blackbeard's service, I guess, like force. Let's say he's force. He's held captive by Blackbeard. Moria might, you know, like I could see him wanting to be there to help fight Kaido, or to see Kaido's defeat, right? Because we got that plot with Moria and Kaido. You know, even though Kaido don't seem like he really cared too much about Moria, Moria seems like he still got issues with Kaido. You know, and then for Blackbeard, I would think Blackbeard wants to see, you know, he would want to get like Poneglyph, as well as possibly Robin, as well as maybe a very powerful devil fruit, which is Kaido's. Maybe he might want to swoop in like he did with Whitebeard, take Kaido's devil fruit, finish Kaido off, take his devil fruit. Now he has one of the strongest zones. He has one of the strongest Logi. He has one of the strongest Prometheus. I mean, that's gonna make Blackbeard scary right there. Angel's Room said Dragon, but wouldn't you Dragon come and fit in your idea of Sabo bringing Vivi to Luffy, or is that Cube's theory? I mean, I think I've seen a theory like that I kind of agreed with. That's not like originally my theory, but I've seen a theory like that, and I kind of thought, but I don't know if I want to see that in Wano.
Cypher Pole, Zero, you know, world government saga thing. You know, I just want that to all kind of just end neatly in a bow, drunken iron ore, all of that. I do believe that it makes the most sense for Vegapunk to be on those ships, right?
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
If Luffy is supposed to win, and the people of Wano...
I ain't gonna lie though, it kind of don't make sense for Vegapunk to be on the ships, because I would think that the world government wouldn't want to give up Vegapunk. Like, you know, like if they was willing to give Vegapunk up, that really means that what Orochi was doing, the whole creating weapons, like the Wano, the manufacturer of weapons, is more important than having somebody like Vegapunk who can also create you better weapons than guns and swords and all that. Like, come on, I would rather have Vegapunk, because Vegapunk, again, he created the Pacifista, he created the SSG, which, you know, they're willing to pretty much defund or put it into the Shichibukai system because of the SSG. Now that says a lot right there. That says a lot. That tells me a lot about how effective the SSG must be if they're willing to abolish the warlord system for it. And if that's the case, why would you want to get rid of a guy like that and give him to somebody else so they could utilize Vegapunk to eventually combat you? Like, you're giving one of your best minds to Kaido, to one of your enemies. That it don't make sense. But you kind of got to look at it like Vegapunk. There's a high probability that Vegapunk is indeed on a world government ship. You know, I just think it's stupid that the world government would be willing to give him up. I think it's stupid. Either that or Orochi's operation really is that valuable. One or the other. Angel's Room said, why would a scientist go to an invasion? Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's true though. That's true. It makes sense. Says probably an atomic bomb that they got on the ship instead of Vegapunk. Like maybe they got like a cyborg Vegapunk with a bomb in his with a bomb in him. Like they was like, this guy think we stupid. He think we dumb. He's tripping. Let's make him think he getting Vegapunk, but it's really a bomb. And we got Cube in the building. Shout out to Cube. He says Vegapunk basically saw Mihawk in action and challenged himself to be better. hey, you know. But I mean, could he replicate like Mihawk's skills? Maybe. Like maybe he has like, maybe he was observing Mihawk's, but like recording it so he could input that data in the SSG. So now these SSG things have like the same fighting ability as Mihawk. That'd be scary. Said just passing through, got home from work, going to head to sleep while we'll watch the stream tomorrow. All right, appreciate it, man. Shout out to Cube. Yeah, I don't be seeing Cube often no more. I be wondering. I'm like, man, Cube done disappeared, man. Let's continue.
Wano are not supposed to get subjugated into slavery and, create this meaningful desire to take down the world government for Luffy, right? To get back Wano for Momonosuke as they travel, to Laugh Tale and beyond and the final war. Then the best case scenario is the Revolutionary Army shows up and takes care of the world government ships. They take out the factories, and lo and behold, they end up helping save Wano and clean it up at the end. I'd be okay with that. And that would be
I guess that's one thing that does make sense though, like the fact that remember in Dressrosa how the revolutionaries were, they were pretty much spying and they seen those weapons that come from Wano that was going towards the world government. So maybe the world government or the revolutionaries, they want to put it into those weapon manufacturing shops. So, I mean, that's the only logical reason I could see them going to Wano. The Revs.
Great rally moment for 1050. Oh, and by the way, I know I've been saying it a lot, but Momonosuke is definitely joining the crew. Look at that color spread. My man is right there with the rest of the crew. He's joining. Get ready. And that's going to wrap things up, guys. We have a break again, so we're going to do...
I disagree with that, man. Momonosuke's job, he needs to be in Wano. Wano needs... They need a shogun that is going to be present, especially during all this this recovery after post Orochi and Kaido. They need their shogun to be present while they rebuild. I don't get and I know some of y'all probably think that Momonosuke might go travel. I don't get to me that would just be stupid. It would be stupid. I'm sorry. If I get it, he needs to travel, go see the world. He can do that after Wano is in a better place, but as of now, he needs to. Wano needs him. Like Wano needs him, not Hiyori. I mean, I get Hiyori. She could, yeah, that's true. But Momonosuke has been being positioned as the shogun of Wano. He's been being positioned as earning his birthright of the shogun position. That's what this arc has been positioning him to do, you know. And it's also showcasing that he's not Odin. You know, where Odin would have done something like that, Odin would have went to go travel and go see the world and explore. Momonosuke is not Odin. He's not. Momonosuke is a more he's a more he's a leader that's more worried about his people. You know, we've seen a little flashes of, you know, him blooming into this leader. You know, like when like the time where he was like, look, I don't know if like I understand my dad, I love my dad, but I don't know if what he believe was best for Wano is truly best for Wano. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't know if it's a good idea to open up these walls to allow people in. You know, maybe there's a reason why the walls were created in the first place. You know, maybe that's not a good idea. You see, he's already thinking more leader-like than his father Odin, where Odin would have been concerned with, oh, I gotta leave this dump Wano. I gotta leave Wano. I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta go. That's not Momo. Momo is more empathetic. You know what I'm saying? So I will forever say that it would be stupid for Momonosuke to go be part of the crew. Could it happen? Yes, it could. I think it'd be stupid personally. I don't think Hiyori has been being built to be the next shogun, you know, like Momonosuke has. So I don't know. I don't agree with that. There's no reason why he needs to see the world and travel. There's no reason. I mean, sure, he can learn more stuff, but he can also travel as the shogun. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to travel as a pirate. He could travel as a shogun, where you get like when you get like leaders of countries, they travel as well. They go to other countries and to learn about different cultures. They do that. That's fine. But he doesn't need to be on the seas while Luffy and them is finishing their journey, being in positions where he's going to be vulnerable to danger. So what? You mean the Shogun of Wano should be sent off with a group of pirates while they're going off to fight the world government and other pirates? No, it's stupid. You know. Angel's Room say, yeah, I agree with you. It would be stupid, and he doesn't need to travel. His whole character since Punk Hazard has been Shogun. Like, hey, yeah, I know we just got rid of Kaido and Orochi, and I know this country is basically in the shitter right now. I get that, but y'all gonna have to rebuild without me. I'm going with the Straw Hats to see this whole pirate king through. Sorry, bye. No, come on now. This is a time where the both Koski members, Hiyori and Momonosuke, need to be in Wano. First off, they need to be repairing the Koski name, and second, they need to, you know, be there as Wano grows and fix itself. You know, it's not a good look if your leader is out doing something else while y'all sitting here rebuilding your society. Like, just imagine if our president was like our country just got destroyed by a war, and then our president goes off to go travel the world with a group of criminals. That'd be stupid, man. Angel's Room said, did you know Japan only had one female shogun? I didn't know that, but that sounds the fact that they had one shogun is kind of shocking to me, because I always kind of thought Japan was like a very traditional minded society where they're like, no, men have to hold these type of positions. I mean, when I say traditional, I mean traditional in every sense, where it's like men run society, women are more like for being home and everything, stuff like that. What? One Life Man in the chat talking about hockey is stronger than devil fruits. All right, that's the question. No, yes and no, because I wouldn't say it's stronger than devil fruits. I would say because every devil fruit is different. No, I don't think hockey is stronger than devil fruits. It's like arguing what's a better tool, a screwdriver or a hammer, right? Or better yet, a hammer or pliers. Let's say a hammer or pliers. A hammer might be more powerful, but pliers though could be more versatile in doing other things. Where like a hammer, you can only bang some. Pliers, you might be able to do more with pliers. So I don't believe there's is it strong. Which one's stronger? It's more about what is more versatile, right? Where devil fruits are more it's like if I got a fire devil fruit, the only thing I could do is produce fire. That's all I can do. Hockey, on the other hand, has so many different. It has so much more utility in the fight. It's more versatile. So, and I think the point what Kaido was saying was like, look, this new devil fruit ability, it's nice and all, but hockey is worth mastering more because partially because I think there's a lot of underlying things Kaido said. You should watch my stream yesterday, but I don't think it's a simple answer as if devil fruit abilities is hockey stronger than devil fruit. I think that's kind of an oversimplification of what was stated. One Life Man says Shanks mastered the hockey and devil fruits users are afraid of him. Well, Shanks is strong, but you also gotta look at it like this. Just because you're a devil fruit user, that doesn't mean you can't master hockey at a level that Shanks does. Shanks can't do what devil fruit users do, but devil fruit users could do what Shanks does. Shanks is just a very high level. He's just a strong character. So yes, people are scared of him because he's a strong character. Garp's a strong character. Mihawk's a strong character. Kaido's a strong character. Whitebeard, strong character. And Angel's Room said, I bet Rox was the type of person to rely more on his devil fruit than hockey, which could be one of the other reasons Kaido said that. After all, his captain was defeated by 2 hockey users. Good point. That could definitely be the case. It could be kind of one of them lessons he learned early. But I think the purpose is to be the best well-rounded fighter you could be. So even if you are a devil fruit user, like Luffy, for example, he can be just as great of a hockey user as Shanks by the end of the story. Now you also add the fact that Luffy has devil fruit abilities. That already right there makes him way better than Shanks. Because a devil fruit doesn't limit your ability of learning hockey, But if you're like a devil fruit user who relies solely on your devil fruit, then a hockey master could probably beat you, because he might be more versatile with hockey than you are with your devil fruit. But then again, it also depends on the devil fruit. It depends on how much you mastered the devil fruit. You know, like Katakuri is a great hockey user, and he's a great devil fruit user. So, you said like Ace, who chose not to use armament against Kainu. I ain't gonna talk about that, man. I ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, I think a lot of devil fruit users tend to, you know, depend on their devil fruit enough to where they don't put as much effort in hockey. Where somebody like Shanks, that's all he has. That's all he can really rely on is hockey. You know, so you know he can't master other abilities, devil fruit abilities. But if you take a devil fruit user who puts equal amount of effort in mastering both his devil fruit and hockey, that he would be more dangerous than anybody who is solely a devil fruit master and solely a hockey master. Like, that's how I look at it. But I don't think it's one or the other. I think it depends on the devil fruit, because you gotta think some devil fruits, it don't even matter. Like, bro, like, I don't care how great your hockey is. If I was Sugar, you know, from Dressrosa, and I just touch you, it don't matter how great your hockey is. You gonna become a toy. You gonna be my victim. Plain and simple. You know, it depends. It depends.
Do another Theory for Theory. Stay tuned for who the guest will be for that. If you haven't seen it, our Theory for Theory guest last week was Evil, aka 3Evil. We had a lot of fun, a lot of great feedback on that one. VOD for that is on this channel. And to anybody who has been messaging me about the Nika shirts, I'm working on getting them back into the store. I did get them back in after they were taken down, and then someone came in and wiped the entire store and just said that everything is representative of One Piece, including the word Savage and my logo and Heat on Feet, and, you know, telling them these are all original designs. There is nothing taken from the series, but apparently they're One Piece experts over at Spreadshop, so we'll probably be moving to a new store. But as always, thanks everybody that supports Chrissy and I. Shout out to our members. Shout out to Anthony Rieger and Sanj Saab for rejoining. My man Diz of the Ghost for upgrading. Shout out to Kev, Simply Kevin, and Swifty Whiskey for joining. To Sites 318, Big Vern, and Mario's L for rejoining. And Isopod for joining. Thanks to everybody that supports Chrissy and I. It is much appreciated. We got a lot of stuff coming out. And
all right, man. Shout out to Randy. I'm gonna make sure I like the video. The link to this video will be in the description box, so y'all make sure y'all go to his channel and show him some love. Angel's Room said Ace was like, my devil fruit is all I need. Not so much. They said the basic armament he knew could have probably saved his life. It probably could have, man. But unless Akaino's was even better, then, you know, it probably wouldn't have mattered so much. I'm trying to think of that voice I was doing. What's the name from Family Guy? The cop, the one who's in the wheelchair. But anyway, y'all, yeah, this was a good stream. It's a great stream. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Angel's Room for really coming through and, you know, chatting it up with your boy. Shout out to Q who slid through to say something. And shout out to One Life Man. You know, he says, I think Luffy's devil fruit killed Joy Boy and Luffy is next. You murderous man. You are a murderous man. Angel Room said, great stream. Have fun chatting. Hey, I appreciate y'all showing up. Yeah, I don't know about the devil fruit, but that'd be interesting if it did kill Joy Boy, and, you know, maybe you got a murderous devil fruit. One Life with the Sia. Hey man, shout out to you guys. Yeah, anyway, cool stream. Appreciate you guys for stopping through. We will be doing something tomorrow. We should be doing I gotta reach out to Elids because we should be doing a collaboration I want to say either tomorrow or Thursday. I don't really remember. But or it's sometime this week. We agreed on. So yeah, but yeah, we'll be here tomorrow. Angel's Room said Joy Boy will be wearing something orange. Why? Cause you mean for the sunset? Man, cause the sunset with the orange hair, the what is it called? Pain. The sunset of pain. That's what that should have been like their ultimate attack should have been like the sunset of pain or something. I don't know. In his first appearance, I bet. Nah, from Goku. But all right, y'all. Yeah, so make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all haven't subscribed. Hit that bell for notification because I don't know if you guys subscribed or getting notifications to the stream. Not too sure. So make sure y'all hit that bell for notification. Also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's where I make sure I keep you guys updated. Also in Discord, I do a lot of updates there as well. So if you're looking to be part of a community, hit the Discord or the Facebook group. The Discord is going to be the best place to send me videos to react to. We have a little submission channel in there, so y'all go submit those videos y'all want me to react to in the Discord. Y'all can send them to me in Twitter, Instagram, all that as well, but Discord is probably going to be the best place. Anyway, y'all, it's your boy Sean P. The Bump. Man, my mouth dry. I can't go out like that. All right. So anyway, y'all, it's your boy Sean P. The Bluff Guy. And I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day. See you guys tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.